Hey guys, it's been a while. Sunday chat. Let me know if I have a 5 by 5 because the internet. Good to see everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me see who I got in here. I assume y'all can hear me, see me fine. Let's see. Hey Kelly, I saw you in here first. Prepping artist Teresa, Saffron. Hey Pat, TT1, Dusty, how are you? If I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm scanning through quick. Hey, Mary, how are you? Miss Sharon, all is well. She's here. Thistle Moon, how are you? And I said it correctly, too. Hey, Sandy. Random, how are you? Jersey Girl, 5 by 5. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Colleen, hey, guys. I'm nervous about the connection. I don't want to lag, glitching, freezing. For some reason, we got up this morning, and there was some of that. So I was like, of course it's out, and I have a live today, but hopefully it'll stay clear. Hey, Michael, good to see you guys. It's been a while. Again, I'm in my kind of temporary location, and no, since I was up here the other day, I have not fixed my office area. It'll get there. It can wait. But I hope everyone's doing well. I've missed all of you. Couple little things. Y'all know everything that's been going on, all the madness. I'm not going to repeat all those different things. Is there anyone, I did want to ask, is there anyone in here or knows anyone firsthand that is in Nebraska? And the reason for is because of that rail car explosion. It was carrying toxic chemicals. There was a rail car explosion in Nebraska, and they had ordered evacuations. That was the other day, just a couple days ago. If anyone has any closer contact information locally, kind of more in detail what it was, of course, we've been seeing these things. Here are we going back into this again? We see these patterns. We see this over and over, and they seem to go in cycles. But my question is why there were the nuke sniffing planes were in the air in that area when that happened. So I was looking for anyone more local to see what they were saying in y'all's local area about that. If you have it, drop it down there. Hey, Laura, I saw people saying hey till you came in here. Hey, Sugar Drops, how are you? If I've missed anyone, I'm sorry. And again, if you have anything for me, put it in all caps. So Casey yell at me so I catch it quicker. So I'm not reading every single little, when y'all were talking, if I missed something, I apologize. Or if I miss anyone. Fish Sticks, I see you're in here. All these trains. Yeah, TT1. I mean, they go in these cycles again and again. And I saw that. It was just, I want to know why those planes were in there. And if you have those apps, I've talked about them on here before. There's those apps or websites you can go to, and it shows what's kind of in the air for, any kind of different planes. They label it. I was just wondering about that. So, but anyways, there was that I wanted to bring up, and all the recent stuff about Kathleen Harris. You know how they were preparing her, and she said she was ready to go and everything and stuff like that. A lot of people tons of people are sending me emails and saying, this is what I think they're going to do, or ask me what I think. Are they going to put her in there? Because, old Tater, he's not going to be able to sit up there and do the election stuff. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I guess any of it, I'm kind of the thing. It doesn't matter what they do, because no matter who is in that seat, they're going to push their agenda. But I saw a lot of that. There was a week there. She was prepared. She was ready to take a seat anytime. She may be worse than any of the what's currently in there. I don't know, but they're just, the puppets. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything over here. I did see, if you saw when I put in my community tab, and I touched a little bit on the live I did the other day, I touched on about the over-the-counter medicines that they're pulling that have been on in the market, 50-something years or something like that they're pulling. And I said that's the beginning, and there's about to be more. You can keep an eye. I've said this before several times on my channel. You can keep an eye on the FDA .gov, website, and they'll have in there when they send. I've talked about those little nasty letters they send out, the warning letters if you don't stop or do this or remove this to companies and products, and then they'll have their recalls and stuff like that. They're about to go through another kind of wave of that. And like I said before, I mean, you do what's best for you, what you and your family choose to use for yourself. But the timing, the season we're going into, how long it's been on the market, and that's what that's all of a sudden a concern, but not other things that are proven and dangerous. I'll leave it at that because the YT brown shirts and their censorship are on everything. You know how that's going. They've been cracking down. A lot of people a lot of creators, far and wide, way beyond anything that I'm in contact with on here. They're going after everybody. I've been saying it. I did that whole video before we even moved. I said, go through, write things down, hard copies, get information you need, because I suspect my stuff's going to get pulled along with a lot of others. Hey, Deb Woods, how are you? Again, if I've missed, let me see. If I missed anything, I'm sorry. That it was at the end of the. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see a lot. Again, I've been kind of detached. It's farm life over here, right? And we've been busy. It's just how it goes. I've seen hit and miss things. I haven't dug real deep into it. It was just, yes, absolutely. She is, oh my goodness, she's a whole lot of things. But, I think about that. I've heard that's so funny. It pretty much is going to be that way. It's just a clown world. It's just a joke. Yeah, they're saying they don't work. They're not effective. So, but it took you, okay, it took them 50 years to say, well, they're not effective. They don't work. So let's pull them. But in months they can get something on the market that says it is safe and effective? I'm just asking. Okay. Anyways, yeah, this agenda push for them. They know what they're doing. Probably because something that they're going to put out is people are going to need that type of help, that use that. That's just my opinion. Yeah, a lot with that. That's why I tell people, you better grab it now. If that's the type of stuff you need or use, or even bartering items, we talk about that. Those are good things to have. You better grab it. My opinion, just my opinion. You do what you want. Yeah, webinars, always books, hard copies, write things down, make your notebooks, print things off, whatever you got to do. You just please, just get it because you're going to need it. Let's see. Hey, Alan Dave. Let's see. And welcome. Thank you all the way from across the pond over there. If there's any, what documents, as in the books and everything, the documents that were up before that they banned, a lot of things a lot of them, not just natural remedies, a lot of the documents of different things they banned and got rid of. There are, if you can find, there's different ones I've found that are like PDF things you can print off and find. But as far as just like a quick, are you going to like Google something and find it out? No. Let's see. Yeah, anything, anything that is a decongestant type medicine, like, the Tylenol, cold and flu. I think it's like any of those type of things. It was at Robitussin. There's a lot of things on the list. Anything like that. Sudafed, there's a lot of ones. Anything like that has a decongestant in it, they're pulling all that. Let's see. We do, Miss Sharon. Tell them we give all y'all a shout out. if I can click on the right one. Absolutely. I do. I brag on y'all all the time, and I've missed you guys. Um, let's see. Hey, Indy, how are you? And if I've missed anybody, sorry. You know how to end this seat. And my chat never looks the same as y'all here, guys. So keep looking into that, doing your hard copies, going through between over-the-counter stuff they're pulling and the censorship. The stuff they're taking down all over, by far, not just my channel, anywhere. Write things down. I talked about that. I talked about that before. Because it's coming, it's unrolling quickly, and you know they always talk about different things in the winter when people get, you know, we still have holidays and people get involved in that, so they're a little bit kind of distracted with that and then what's going on. Things are unleashed in those type of months as it is anyways. And I talk about that, you know, they talk about cold and flu season. What it really is, it usually has more to do with, on a natural aspect, is it's a lack of vitamin D. People aren't out in the sunshine. There's different things that are lacking during those times, or if you're eating like fresh fruit, berries, antioxidants, things like that, there's that shift that happens inside of us. So they know what they're doing. So all that still, and different things about us, you know, preparing. I don't go so much into talking about preparing so much, but we need to start. We should be on doing these things. And as we're going in, I mean, I've even talked before about training yourselves, your family, doing practice type things about even, you know, rationing your stock, your food, your different things, like different things, trying different meals. Like if I had to ration it, this is all we had. This is what we're going to work with. This is what we're going to do. Instead of all of these things, anything you practice or do or have to, you know, use, is do it now before you're forced to, so you don't have this shock all of a sudden. I believe in, you know, just doing those things, so we know how we're going to act. We know what works. You're going to hit, you know, bumps along the way, and it'll help you. So when things are needed, you'll be calmer about it. That's always the thing, is being calm. Anyways, let me make sure if I've missed Sandy. Hey, how are you? Let's see. Yeah, I do. Notebooks, 3-ring binders, organize things, print them off, whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do. It'll help. It'll be in organizing things. It'll help. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry. Antihistamine. Yeah. See, that's just wrong. You know, there's a lot of people that say like things that work 100%, like why wouldn't they push and make those things? Why wouldn't they make those things free? Insulin. Let's just use insulin. But they make other things, you know, they push that, make that free. Come get it for free. You can do it. Or let's start pulling things that have been on the market, you know, 50 years or more. It's been fine up until now. And then all of a sudden we realize, or they do it so, like the things they did with the EpiPens, where it wasn't, you know, it wasn't even affordable. It wasn't doable. And then we have the shortages. And just sporadically, we would have these weird things. And before, when they did that, when there was all those shortages on antibiotics, the timing when it was, there's no coincidences in this world. I'm just saying. Hey, Sergeant Deacon, how are you? I have a good video for anything like that. Is I always recommend like stinging nettles, D-Hist, if you can get it. It's fantastic. I did a video on that for that, and different sinus things. I'm big on doing like a sinus rinse bottle, like the neti pot. I prefer the bottle. You can do your pressure, do the salt packs. If you're looking at something like that, you can put like 5 cc's of colloidal silver in there. If you feel like you're getting a sinus infection or been exposed to something, it'll flush that out and treat things like that. Allergies. I have a video for seasonal allergies. If you can check that out, if I didn't answer you, something particular in that video, send me an email. And but stinging nettles is fantastic. And you can dry it. You can make teas. Be careful because when it's fresh, it'll get a hold of your hands and stuff. My family, we stock and use that. I have a couple that have allergies. I do not suffer with that. And it's DHIS Junior. It's a chewable. I've talked about that in several of my videos. I've showed it. That is what I recommend. Elderberry syrup helps that because sometimes, like when people have really bad allergies and stuff, it'll beat their immune system down. And then that's when people seem to get that, like a secondary thing kind of goes on with that. Do that. Of course, always be safe if you have any kind of prescription type things or whatever. There's certain ones you can't mix. But if you have any questions, if it doesn't answer it in the videos, you have to scroll down a bit on my videos. Just email me. I'll help you out. Let's see. Yep. DHIS. Miss Sharon said it too. DHIS. I get mine. Yeah, a lot of people, that's, my just, the way we live, my side of things. I always say, do what's best for you is fine. Natural side of things, TT1 just put right underneath you if you can do Jace medical bags. There's a lot of different things you can try, but most places can't just like stock up on those. I understand what you're saying about that. There's different ways you can do. Somebody may put it down here. There's a lot of sometimes we have to give our animals maybe we have fish and stuff that may need them. Stock those too. See what I'm saying? That's just my 2 cents. Let's see. Yeah, and see, fishing. That's why exactly I think that the season, the timing of this they know what they're doing, which is sickening. And that's why on my channel, I always encourage people, you do what works for you, what's best for you, but please learn some backup alternative, something just in case. I've been saying that about different things the last couple years. Everything that was going on or come up missing, or it was short supply, or whatever they choose to do with it because of things like this. And I'm like, still stock those things. If that's what you use and works for you, still stock those things, but please learn alternatives safely, just in case. Deb would, I may have missed what it was. If you're asking about DHIS, yes, it is. It's a junior, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, random, the elderberry. Elderberries, I could stock that. Echinacea, just all kinds of different things. Hey, Adriana, how are you? It's okay if you're late. I'm so glad to see you. A good book about natural. I did a video. I have several. There's ones I say, hey, look into this. I don't agree with everything that's in it, but for the most part, I do. I'm all about getting, I always recommend people to get local foraging books and starter herbs. I have a video that I go through and I show books and I talk about them in each one. I don't have one particular one. Personally, I stay away from what I call fad books. You'll see them all over social media type platforms, and they're these natural remedy, but just look into them, and be safe. And when in doubt, leave something alone. I don't have just one particular one. There are a lot of good ones, and there's like some that are encyclopedia, like an encyclopedia of natural medicine and herbs and things like that. Look into things like that. I always look for something that has, you know, good, even colorful pictures and descriptions, especially if you're doing foraging. So and has it broke down or precautionary things in it, especially if you're brand new to it. That's why I recommend several different ones. Um, and of course, please always, if you are on, especially if you're on prescription medicines or take things or certain herbs, you cannot interact. You cannot take them. They can interact. People think, oh, it's just an herb. It's just they think culinary. Oh, it's just herbs and spices, but they can be very powerful, and things like that. If you don't see that video or you have something, you can send me an email and I'll kind of give you like a list of the ones I had on there, and see if that helps. Yep, that's the way to go. Thank you for putting that out. Yep. Thank you guys. Y'all know what's up. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there are people who live in Canada I know that do them, that have Jace bags or ordered them, or promoted that and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not 100%. Let me see, Saffron, what you said. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's awful to hear that about her. I would definitely be praying for her. Yeah, things like that. And things like, even if you're like, I don't 100% know I need this, just fill it in. So you get a script written, fill it, pick it up. Just precautionary in case something happens. Let's see. Yeah. Hey, Emily, Reloaded. Good to see you. Welcome. And Alan, I see you gave a reference. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh man, it looks like I am way behind on chat. Look, I haven't been up here. I just noticed. So Deb, what I see. Yes, I do. I have that. This pack is probably in the other room. I have a video on that and explaining that. Yeah, I do. I have a video on that if you see it. But yeah, we use it. Very, very powerful stuff. It's very easy. There's some, people, certain things they would get confused, but it's very easy to determine that once you know what it is, you'll never miss it. I just collected some after a storm we had not long ago here. I just collected. That's usually when you can find it. But yeah, it's very powerful stuff. Tinctures and stuff with that. Y'all hear Pickles in the background? She's right here by my window. She's probably yelling at me for wanting something. But she is right here by here. Oh, yeah. So, and I've done a video on that. So dead nettle, purple nettles, dead nettles, same thing. That's not stinging nettles. And you can buy those, or if you have a really good, like a health food store that sells like dried herbs, you can buy them by like the weight. They'll have them. You can get them dried. And that's what I would do. You can make a tea out of them. You can put them in capsules. You can do, there's different things you can do. And you can order them by bulk dried, which I suggest a lot of people do because it works fantastic for allergies. Yeah, I saw that. I responded to you. I think yesterday. Yeah, I saw that. And I'm seeing and hearing that more and more in those conservative areas, those areas that before were just like, I'm not participating in this nonsense. I'm seeing and hearing it more. And I guess that's the thing. It always comes and is that we have to always remind ourselves that regardless, this is a global plan, and at the end, it's all going to be part of that. Yeah, a lot of people have been coming off of um, different things, and I'm always like, if you're doing things safely and you feel better and you're okay and you're safe with that, good for you. That's what I. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that too. Um, as well. And that doing what we can. We have to do our part in different areas. Like you're in the UK, I hear a lot. I have several subs up here from across the pond, as we say. And a friend of mine who's over, creator, he's over in Australia. It's different. It's different what we can and can't get in our area, even in our medical field and things like that. And yeah, it's good to do what we do what we can. And but let's see. Oh yeah. See, I had horrible Lyme disease. If you see my thing, I fully push because if you have Lyme, there's co-infections that always come with that. That's just the way it goes. Is monolaurin. That's just my take. If y'all seen my video on that, but yeah, that's a good one to fill and put back. I won't say a whole lot about that, but but I can't say too much. YouTube gets upset about that. Exactly. She was fussing at me this morning because she wanted her pool refilled and fresh. She was letting me have it. She's about to come through the fence. She's so funny. She's great though. I just love her. Yeah, Thistle Moon. Gosh, see, I called you Milk Thistle. I'm sorry. I'm reading your stuff. If I say Milk Thistle, I'm talking about Thistle Moon because I think about Milk Thistle, the herb. It works very well for that. She probably is. I'm still behind in chat. Yeah. TT1, that's on you. She wants her screen time. I have some things for you to give you. She's no joke. Let's see. Yeah, I do that often, especially even if it's just something like if we are working in the field, we're cutting the grass, or there's a big stuff. You just going to flush that out because you're going to get rid of before an inflammation or anything kind of settles in there that can make you feel bad or trigger anything. Just flush that out. Or even if when I was seeing individuals when the illness was going around and things and going in and out. If I was exposed or around something, I would do a sinus rinse, and I put colloidal silver in it, about 5 to 10 cc's, and the normal mix that you do. Usually things can't take hold if you get that through, but just eliminate that stuff out. Just flush it out. It works. Yeah, that is one I can say. That and the cholesterol things. They're gonna find they're gonna put people on it, need it or not, because it keeps repeated customers, and they get kickback from Big Farm. But again, there's people who do need things like that, so always do things safe. That's not what I'm saying, but yeah, I've heard that a lot. Even just recently, somebody said to me that their loved one was put on a certain medication, and they didn't need it, and they quit taking it, didn't tell the doctor, and their things were fine. And it's always going back and saying, well, then why did you prescribe this? Because also, I mean, if people their body does not need certain prescription medicines, it can be very dangerous if they took them. I won't call you late for supper. Yeah, I always do that. I always do that for you. And as soon as I say it, most of the time I catch it. Hey, Sandy. I did a little thing. Oh my gosh, it's probably more than a year ago. I had asked, I think in a live about Berkey, things I had seen and come across. But if it's something recent, no. You'll have to let me know. Um, the Zero Water Set Michael G. Yeah, I've seen all that. Thanks, Miss Sharon. She's all on my videos. I appreciate it. Throwing those things down. Yeah, random. There are certain ones that are needed, and those are the ones. I mean, I have people I care for, and not family members, but that I look after. I should say what I can say on here. And that is a big one. And then that was the anti-seizure medicine was one of the big ones that people were calling me in an absolute panic they're like, I can't find them. 3-hour radius around me, no pharmacy has them. And that is one that can be very dangerous if people stop. And a lot of them were children's meds and stuff like that. And there are, and just, that's why I always say, I don't know how, like, different doctors that get what you can ahead of time. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna find something wrong. If they don't find something, they're not gonna create customers, right? I don't know. Yeah, if y'all let me know. I know I saw things where they were cutting off the filters and they were saying they're not doing what they're claiming to do because they never released. I think they never released proof and got certified for their claims. This was it had been at least a year ago. I just brought it up in a live and asked about it, but I have seen several negative things about it. Personally, I don't use Berkey, and that is not. I don't put my name on that to recommend it. But I haven't looked really into that if it's something new as well. Oh yeah, exactly. But they feed those things. That's why they cater to those things that do that, because it creates that issue, that sickness, that control, that distraction. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. Yeah, I hear you, Sandy. A lot of those are some of the dangerous ones this is just my humble opinion. Do what's best for you. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me on either end. It doesn't surprise me on claims that are being made that do things that don't, because it's money, and then things that are good and helpful and can make us, self-care for ourselves. They want to get rid of that too, because it's about building that, making us dependent on them. Not happening over here in my seat. Your power? My power? Did I lose connection, or are you talking about your power? Are you getting storms in your area? Oh yeah. Yeah, especially if you're on city water or something like that. Oh man, you can run different tests, and you can go. There's a site. Huck, maybe we have somebody come out here to do something for us. He may be busy with them. He may have to step away. But there is a site. Okay, thanks, Miss Sharon. There is a site, and you can find. Now, I know it's in the United States. That I can't vouch for anywhere else, which there probably is, but I can't. I don't know because I haven't looked. There is a site that you can go to. I don't have it on hand. And you can go to your area, your very area, your town, your county, whatever, where your water comes from. And it'll tell you the levels of chemicals and different things on there. It'll tell you. And most of them, especially if you're on the East Coast, different places, is they're over the allowed limit. I'll say that. And the things that they find that they list in this water, I don't. It's mind blowing to me that people are still able to drink all that and stay. And a lot of those different things you have to also think about is, um, the forever chemical stuff that they find in all the drinking water. It's the foamy stuff that comes from, um, when the firemen do, especially like on boats and yachts and different things like that. I think maybe military they use it is that forever chemical and you cannot get it out. Even they'll find so much huge amount of traces of that in drinking water. Even soaking in that in a bath is causing alarming health problems in people. Again, it's been done. Reverse osmosis. I know a lot of people with that as well. Sometimes you have to certain ones you have to worry about if it strips too much out, then you have to add certain things back in. Make sure you're getting some, things back in. Like if, people who just turn and say, I'm just going to drink distilled water, that can be very dangerous because it will strip everything. It will strip all the minerals and different things out of you and it can make you very sick. But yes, reverse osmosis does remove that type of stuff. I see a lot of people are losing power. Prepping artists. Michael. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's a big thing. I know you weren't talking to me, but on that thing is about the pesticides and the stuff they spray and different things. And I'm on well water too. You can have your well water tested for free a couple times a year. If we have something, we do that. We've always had really solid wells with no issues. Hey, Rip, how are you? I'm so glad you're in here. Good to see you. Oh, really? Miss Sharon? Thanks for sharing that. She saw distills at Home Depot for less than $100. Can't beat that. Not when it comes to clean water. You got to have water. And then I always tell people about they stock all this dehydrated food, the emergency food things. I'm like, they take so much water. You better have you better have 10 times the amount of water. If that's the way you're, if that's the way you're going, absolutely. Oh wow, that's crazy, Dusty. I mean, with the different things. Oh, they charge a dish water. I thought maybe they do a lot of places now. I know. I think is it your health department or different places, your county, something you can take and they'll test certain samples for free, maybe like once a year. I don't know. Always, you will die. You will die without water, clean water, or people. Well, I mean, look, let's just all play Oregon Trail, right? You all die from dysentery. That clean water or not having water will get you. Oh, really, Kelly? The health department. Wow, I thought they would do. That's a shame. Maybe they do everywhere now. Anything to make a buck, right? I guess if you're painting, they could put whatever they want on it. Dare I say? Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Hey, Camo Carl. If I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. I appreciate all of you being here. So, anyways, off of my thing. I don't even know how long ago we've been on here. I do want to talk about some of the stuff going on here. Some of y'all may know it, may be able to help me as we sit here talking about all this. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Again, put in caps for me because I'll miss it. Or I'll get over there and try to read everything and go squirrel. And, well, that happens regularly. We did get some, we got some new fruit trees brought in, added to the, just doing an orchid for fruit trees. We did get a pomegranate. Has anyone had any luck with that one? That one's new for us. And I had, I talked about when we moved here, we had the biggest mulberry tree I have ever seen. It was huge. It was tons of production we got off of that. We could freeze them and use them all year. Mulberries are packed full of benefits and nutrition. So we did get another one of those, and we got a fig tree and a pawpaw tree to add. So those are our latest. Those are our latest that we're adding in. And here, we can, a lot of different places. If you're in the South, your planting season is a lot longer, and certain things you can do almost all year. That's always a benefit when we've been here. But those are the four we've just added. So the four new fruit trees. Let me see what Riff's got to say. He's always got the tea in here. See, there are large and we left the sun should hit us Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, I was looking at some solar flare stuff coming up. So Monday and Tuesday, just heed warning just in case, or if things start acting funky or whatever, you know why. Rip said it here. You know what's up. Oh, thank you, Sergeant Deacon. I've missed you guys. I had to take a back burner. I knew I was just gonna. Even like when I have I do emails and stuff. I'm like, I can't do this in a rush or just half-hearted. I have to be like, all in. And I just had a lot going on, but I have missed you guys, and I appreciate y'all sticking by me. I think I was gone just over 2 weeks, and I'm still. Things aren't complete, but I'm up here. I'm up and running. And that's what's important. Let's see. Oh, you just got them. I love mulberry trees. They're fantastic. They're great. That's great. I'm glad you got one of those. Yeah, I wonder. They're never going to let an opportunity go to waste. We say that all the time. So I always think if something is even naturally occurring and going on, they'll throw their piece in there and say, oh, well, they'll blame it on that. So you're always prepared. That's right. That's what we do. That's what we prepare and get ready for those things. Lots of fruit. Yeah. We have citrus and different things out here, different types of citrus. Just adding those certain ones I wanted and Huck wanted. Hey, I am of me. How are you? Oh, that's okay. You're late. You may be in that replay gang. I appreciate you replay gang people too. I appreciate y'all. I understand. I sit in that chair a lot myself. It's okay. Yeah, I love mulberries, and we freeze them also. We freeze them. My kids will I'll freeze them. I'm freezing these for later use off season, so we'll have them. Nutrition, even if you eat a handful of them and you're packed full of nutrition, especially in this what they call cold and flu season, they'll go in there and eat them. They love them frozen. A lot of people would eat frozen grapes and stuff as snacks. They especially one of my kiddos that eats the frozen mulberries, just eats them all up. Replay crowd, that's right. That replay gang, I sit in that. Yeah, all kinds of, and then your orchid, your fruit, orchards. There's a lot of there's certain ones you have to be careful, but not usually. If you have a variety, it helps the pollination more, and some of them don't need a companion thing. I look for that a lot as well, and then we, learn as we go on certain ones. Beaverines, thank you, Michael. You and someone else, I can't think. You and someone else always, it's usually you that'll give that shout out. So that's what we got with that. And then, even now, because of where we are now, there's still seeds I'm starting and doing and get in, because our growing season is just pretty much all year almost. And so, because I had to leave a lot because it was in the ground when we moved, and the production. So, I said when we came here, we'll start anew. And I trust God. He knew when we put it in the ground, like, oh, put it in there, but you're not gonna harvest that, but somebody else will. And that's just where we are. That's just what we do. We keep going. We stay busy with, and this is just what I say all the time. Just the life we live. And I firmly believe that, and things we do, if you make it a lifestyle, um, you know, it's just part of it. It's just it becomes, and we raise our kids that way. They're going to need it. I think that so much of that has been lost for so many years. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anything. And I appreciate all my mods in here. I appreciate you guys. Oh, yeah. I would like a huge outdoor greenhouse. You know, the ones, have you seen this greenhouse they make with like old windows? It's just all glass. I always say I'm going to make one of those. Let's see. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. Tell him Sergeant Deacon. I don't ask all the YouTube stuff. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you feel. Comment, share, whatever. Do all that stuff. Helps the algorithm. Do all that. I never asked for it. It's terrible. Thank goodness my mods do. But that's about where we are. Oh, and while everybody is in here, if you did not see it, come up. Tennessee Tactical One and myself, TT1, we are doing a live on Thursday on my channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys can all make it. I don't depend on your notifications because YouTube doesn't do that. There's just there for looks. I don't think they do that. I don't think they do notifications anymore. I never get them. Most people don't. People still tell me all the time, I don't get notifications, or they get unsubbed or whatever. But Thursday night, we'll be there. We always have a great time. He's a wonderful person. If you don't know him or his channel, go check him out. He's hilarious. He is one of the funniest people I know. Much respect and love to him. And he's my decompression chamber at the end of the week. Almost every week. Not always, but he's just a great friend of ours too. But I hope to see you all there for that. As well. Let me see. But okay. I'm sorry, I missed it. I know I would like to I'd like to do something. There's different ones. We've had, I guess I don't know if it's like a plastic type thing that is that are like type of greenhouses. We always have issues with those. Let's see. What'd you say, Alan? Let's see. I'll email you a link, free speech platform. Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I was over on Rumble for a while. They sort of getting the same thing, but there's the biggest thing about that. And then I was part of a wonderful platform, the Liberty Tree Fellowship. Wonderful people. JR, wonderful guy. He started that. It's hard because the traffic doesn't come off of YouTube, and we can only do so much to pull them. And then, it's hard to do that, but I do appreciate that. Eventually we're going to have to do something. I'm surprised they haven't yanked everything. Oh, Deb Woods, they did give you a notification. Well, that's wonderful. How about that? Maybe it's because I've been quiet for a couple weeks. Oh, I'm honored, TT1. I appreciate it. Oh, Fish Jinx, you're silly. Everybody knows TT1. Thank you, Miss Sharon, throwing that link up there. We always have a good time. He's just a great person. Rip, we need to do something. We were talking about that before. I think we were talking about when everything was so hectic, when I was planning to move and everything. We should do something. Let's see. Oh, Saffron, that's okay. I understand. I know. I think I usually do go during your work time, it seems like. But you can be in that replay gang. We appreciate you. All you replay gang people. I made a Huck the other night. Huck's favorite is blackberry cobbler. I make that for him, and I just made that the other night. It doesn't last, but that night he'll, he gets that and puts his vanilla ice cream on it. That's so, we all have to have that. Hey, Grizz. Well, here you are. I appreciate you coming in here. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like Rumble got bought out, and that will continue. The money talks, and that continues to happen. Absolutely. Let's see. See, look at all that love. That's right. Yeah, there's only one. There's only one TT1. He's like family to us. Um. Yeah. No, I have to agree. Now, Rip is the what can we like? He's like the Papa Smurf of everything. He's just like the yeah. I don't know. He will the unity of YouTube. Is gonna be Rip. He's just always just a positive soul. He is great person. Oh yeah, you're going gluten free for stuff. I am glad to hear that, Joe. Tremendously. That means that we have done our jobs. We all try to be a positive light. Um, let's see. The girl, yes, one of my very first ones. Oh yeah, yeah. See, that's how it starts. Usually, that's how it starts with people. They'll have one thing. It's like I've tried everything. I've been on all these prescriptions. I've been to doctors. Nothing helped. And they'll finally like, what can I do naturally? I am at my wits end. And then they'll have this moment that something changed, and then that usually will set off. And I love that. I love that because always when you get into it and people first start coming around to it, it can be so overwhelming. And I understand that. As I tell people, I say, just start small. Just start very small and simple. Don't overwhelm yourself and think you got to learn it all, know it all, and be able to do it all and know how everything works and interacts all at once. Don't do that. Start small and you'll grow from there. And then as you continue to grow, it'll make more and more sense as you learn more. And some of them play off of each other, and we're always continuing to learn and grow. We should all continue to do that. But thank you for sharing that with me. I love that. But that's usually how it goes. People will come up with something and they're like, oh my gosh, this actually helped, because it seems like, because I think that we have been programmed to think in society that it has to be by a doctor. It has to be, something from a lab, something that is prescription, something that was created. And it seems like there's no way this can work. It's so simple. It's just an herb, which isn't so. You just got to retrain. That's that programming they've done for a long time. Absolutely. That is his gift, and I'm glad he shares it. He is hilarious. And absolutely. I appreciate you. Yeah. And I have found a lot of different things is from Rip will put things on his community tab, and I'm like, I have never heard of this channel, and I don't get up here and search a whole lot. I don't have time because we stay busy. But I'll see something, and I'll say, oh, Rip Curl, I saw you. He put you on his community tab. I'm over here from him, and he puts things. All thank you. I've never heard of them. I went over there and checked them out. He always does that. Great, he's a great person. We're over here talking about food already. Papa stuff. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my mind for some reason. You just, you're just that unity of like, look, everything's gonna be okay. Let's just unity, help each other out, be positive, and we need so much of that in our world. Let's see. Oh, Grow Your Health. It's one of my very first ones. I don't know how far behind I am. It is one of my very first. I think it is called Grow Your Health. I mean, it's probably in the first 5 I ever did, I think. Gosh, it seems like it's been a long time. Yep, that's the way to go. 100 proof. As long as it's 80 proof or higher. Get the cheap stuff. It works. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm trying to scan through here quickly, and it's jumping around. So if I miss something, it's directly for me. I'm so sorry. Or put it back down there in all caps. I appreciate it. And I don't think I have anything else. Oh, thank you, Alan. I'll check. I'll get on my email. I'll check. Yep. And that's so needed. That's needed in this world. And you see, sadly, we don't see that too much in our society anymore. Oh, I love our crew. We love taco soup. We make that one. I haven't ever canned it. It doesn't last long with all of us here. Or I make big things, and then we don't waste leftovers in this household. We don't do that. We never do. And many times, if I make something bigger, that's what you have for lunch the next day. We don't waste leftovers. But I haven't canned it, so I guess it cans well. That's okay. Yeah, I am too. I don't do technology. I'm good enough to sit up here and push the go live and end stream. So I'm not fancy. If something goes wrong, even as simple in my house, if the remote control, I don't watch TV really, hardly ever. It's never. We just aren't TV people. But if the remote messes up, I have to wait for Huck or one of my children to fix that. I just don't. Yeah, Rip, I want to see all that new stuff too. I will say that I am going to, as soon as I'm getting settled in stages, we are. I'll be doing more videos outside here and different things like that I want to do. So I'm not always stuck at a desk, and I'll be out more. Hey, Tiger, how are you? Oh, that's good to know. It cans perfectly. You just do it as in like the same setting you would do like beans. Like, that's the same pressure canning you would do it on. Yep. We don't. My grandmother, if you did not eat your dinner the night before, it didn't matter if it was lima beans and rice. She wrapped the plate, and that's what you ate for breakfast. Period. We didn't waste food. They grew up in that time period also. You didn't do that. I was raised that way, so I raised mine that way. Unless somebody has a particular like allergy or intolerance to something, that's what we do. Oh, good for you. I don't buy upgrade things. Like if my phone breaks, it's just kind of one of those things like that's going to be it. Sorry. I hate getting any upgrade things. I will put duct tape around my phone before I upgrade to something. Eventually it's not going to work. They keep you in that cycle. They'll humble you real quick, won't it? TT1. Like, this is the best meal I've ever had, these leftovers. You can spice leftovers up. You can take leftovers and turn it into a different meal a little bit the next day also. You have to come get creative. That's what I do. Like if we have a bunch of chicken or turkey or something left over, we cooked a whole bird. Then, the next day I may make chicken tacos, or I'll, chicken and dumplings, or, kind of twist it up, but, we don't waste anything. Yeah, I mean, that's just what we do. You get creative. I'm praying for you, Random, always. Random is a good soul. We give a shout outs to people. This is a good soul right here. I absolutely love her. Always praying for you. Oh, you're a techie. See, I'm a green thumb. I'm an outdoors person. You put me in the wilderness, I'm going to survive and make it. Put me in a city, a bunch of technology. I am not. That's just how it goes. Oh, in Ohio. Yes. I couldn't imagine. I don't know. Cold. I mean, this is what we know. We know. So I see some of y'all's winters when I talk about it. I'm like, how do people survive like that? That's just what you're used to. But then people come at me and they said, how do you always live somewhere where, you always have hurricanes or the heat or I guess it's just what you're accustomed to. MD Creekmore's in the house. MD. I love me some MD. He's a great person. I say MD Creekmore is the Chuck Norris of YouTube. They don't even mess with him. And but I appreciate. Yeah, I guess it is holding up. Because I was uncertain if that was going to work. But I would take. I can't do lives and have, my not good quality internet connection over being tucked away in the middle of nowhere. But thank you that it's holding up. Yeah, I'll give him a minute to get his fanfare. I'm going to pick on you, MD, about that. But good to see you. As always, chili is always better the second day. So stuff like lasagna stuff to me, all that is better the next day to me. Chili sauce. Yep. Just put some spices on it. That's what I say. Spice it up. Use your imagination. Oh, well, see, you're always returning. See, you can do that. That's great. That's what I'm saying. You're going to have it. Survival stuff. A lot of those skills I think about that often. A lot of the skills that was just a way of life. It was just the way people were brought up, and it was life skills. It was just how they returned. All that has been lost for so many generations. Thank God I was raised old school in those manners and continued, and that's just a life I live and raise my kids. But again, that was purposeful to strip those things out. Even the things they started taking for many years, they've been taken out of even people in public school. They've been taking those skill type things out. They don't want us to be self-sufficient and take care of ourselves or have any common sense, apparently. Also on the herbs, that's my area. I love that. I love to hear that. See, I'm trying. And if it's holding up, I haven't gotten anyone that is lagging yet. So I guess it's okay. Oh yeah, Joe, they're cracking down everything about anything. Yeah, I think everyone knows MD, but I still always give him a shout out. If you don't know him, you've been missing out. Just go ahead and just binge watch his playlist. You're gonna learn a lot. He's as real as they come. Awesome person inside. Just great person. Just a blessing to this community. Garlic's great for you. Eat it up. Yep, everything's doing great. We're still getting, things are getting settled. Huck's he's going to change up his setup, how he has it done. I don't know what's called. Those are his bees. Something about the setup's going to be different. And I will end up covering stuff like that as well. Let me see. Before I wrap up, anyone have anything else? Oh, I hear the thunder rolling in. I don't know if y'all can hear that. We're getting ready to get a storm. That's Florida for you. Every afternoon, right? Yeah. I mean, that's one thing. Those old school ways, I always talk about those old school ways. I always swore I was born in the wrong era. Is doing that, learning from history, look at stuff people did to survive in the Great Depression. I love that time era. It was horrific, but there's so much to learn from that. And I suggest people study it. There it is. See, I don't know. That's what it's called. UV people, his hives are going to be different. Hey, KP, how are you? Just as I'm wrapping up, you may have to sit in the replay gang with everybody else. That's okay. I sit in those to myself too. But anyone else? I appreciate you guys. I've gone just over an hour, and I gotta go grab some stuff real quick for the storm rolls in. I'm glad that my internet held up, and I'm back with you guys. I have missed you. And don't forget, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, TT1 and I will be doing a live. I hope to see you all there. Thanks again, and for sticking by me as I am starting to get settled, and I'm still getting settled. Things are still, it's kind of chaotic, but they're not, bad. It's what's important is I'm back up here and running, and I appreciate all of you. You have a blessed day, and I will see you guys next time. Keep doing the things, looking out for each other, and don't forget your self-care. I talk about that all the time. All right, guys, I love you all. I'll see you next time.